Do you guys remember Jillian Michaels? She was the trainer in that show, The Biggest Loser, and she had a hard-nosed approach and she got in the contestants' faces, but she was pushing them to be better versions of themselves, and the show made her seem like she actually cared about people.
Well, now she is so far MAGA and so far right, she is unrecognizable. On a CNN panel, she is defending Trump and his administration, saying they are not whitewashing history and saying that, slavery, not that bad.
He's not whitewashing slavery. So
he's not?
He's not. No,
okay.
He's not. And you cannot tie imperialism and racism and slavery to just one race. Is it only less than 2% of white Americans own slaves?
But it was a system of white supremacy.
You realize that slavery is thousands of years old?
I truly don't understand what is up with people now trying to justify slavery. Can't we all just agree it was bad, that it needs to be taught and understood so that things like this don't happen again? As soon as we start erasing things like slavery from the history books and not wanting the Smithsonian or our schools or our teachers or anybody to talk about it and teach about it, that is exactly how you fall into the same traps. It's absolutely ridiculous and blows my mind that people in 2025 are trying to continue to be sympathizers to the Confederate Southern slavery cause. I don't care if it was two people that owned slaves. It doesn't make it okay. If all of a sudden I said 2% of your neighbors have people chained in their basements, be okay with it. Are you just going to go on with your merry way and say, yeah, I guess that's okay. That's not too bad. Guess it could be higher than that. It seems weird that a third of the American population or more would fight in a war to just defend something that only 2% cared about. Only 2% of the people cared about owning slaves. No, it was a way of life. It was the lifeblood of the South to own people, to have free labor. Otherwise, they could not keep up. The North was dominating them with people and with industry. They needed a way to keep up, and that was by preserving their way of life through free labor. I understand not every person in the South owned slaves because they couldn't afford to, but I bet my ass if they could have, they would have. So let's not act like this was some justifiable thing and just a small part of the population was down with slavery in the South. It was institutionalized, and now it has been baked. Racism has been baked into our system everywhere you go, and people like Jillian Michaels are continuing to push this extremely harmful narrative and back Donald Trump, saying he does not believe in whitewashing history. That's all he believes in.
They were so up in arms when Confederate statues started coming down, when names of bases started changing, that they're wanting to bring it all back, and in some cases, they have. If it was supposedly a democratic thing that we supported slavery and we didn't want to, free the slaves, and Abraham Lincoln was a Republican, then why are the Republicans of today defending slavery, waving Confederate flags, saying it's pride, not prejudice? If there wasn't a party switch in 1964, why are the Republicans the ones that are still defending slavery? Why is Jillian Michaels on a CNN panel right now defending slavery, saying it wasn't that bad, saying, oh, we shouldn't have these types of things in the Smithsonian, oh, it's ridiculous, but at the same time, we're not whitewashing history? No, that's exactly what you're doing. So I understand you found success as a trainer, a personal trainer on The Biggest Loser. I don't know what has trained you in life to speak on slavery, the Smithsonian, history, and Donald Trump right now that has made you an expert to have a seat on a panel on CNN to be able to discuss these things so openly. But I'm not sure really in this case, Jillian Michaels, who the biggest loser is, because from my vantage point, it sure as hell wasn't the contestants that used to be on your show.